What's up, Falcons Nation? This your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have re-signed defensive lineman Kentavius Street. And Kentavius Street is one of those guys that played with our Atlanta Falcons the last 2 seasons. Last year, he was mainly a rotational player on the defensive line. He's a guy that can play the 3-tech or defensive end. He's a guy that we use up and down the defensive line. But he had 1 sack last year for our Atlanta Falcons. And he had, I believe, about 6 tackles for loss. But like I mentioned, he didn't start any games for our Atlanta Falcons last year. He was a guy that they would rotate in at times. But being that we now have traded or released Grady Jarrett, that now is with the Chicago Bears, I really feel like Kentavius Street could carve out a bigger role on this Atlanta Falcons roster. He is a guy that's a veteran, has been around the league, not only playing for our Falcons, but he's also played with the New Orleans Saints. He's also played with the San Francisco 49ers. So he has a ton of experience, and he is one of those guys that can create pressure and get sacks and things of that nature. He really stood out to me in that Las Vegas Raiders game where he forced safety, and I believe that was the game that he also had the sack as well. So Kentavius Street is one of those guys that's really good in the run game. When you use him as a 3-tech, he has really good short area quickness, but he's a lot stronger than a lot of people think. With him being 6'2", 290 pounds, he is one of those guys that's really strong, really physical at the point of attack, and is one of those guys that can shoot gaps and things of that nature. And I expect him to do that this season with our Atlanta Falcons and be one of those guys that can kind of help carry the load alongside of Taquan Graham, who we also brought back to be one of those guys that can rotate on that defensive line. So I do like the re-signing of Kentavius Street, adding more depth in the trenches. As you guys know, I'm huge on having guys in the trenches that can, you can rotate those guys and keep those guys fresh up front, not only to stop the run, but to rush the passer. And being that Kentavius Street is one of those tweener type guys that can play inside and outside, I expect him to, have a big piece in this Atlanta Falcons defense. I expect this Atlanta Falcons defense possibly to use more stunts this year to try to create pressure, to get to the quarterback, and also to be able to stop the run and things of that nature. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Kentavius Street. Do you like the re-signing of Kentavius Street? As I mentioned, the Atlanta Falcons have been doing a good job to me of personally just bringing in glue guys. Kentavius Street is a glue guy, a role player. He's not a superstar player, but he is one of those guys that can help other guys be successful, like the Leonard Floyds that's currently on the roster, like the Arnold Epicades that's on the roster, and then like Braylon Trice that'll be coming back this season on the edge. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys, but as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.